We're here to do the leg and ab workout in phase 1, microcycle 1 from the Shortcut to Size program. In microcycle 1, we're doing 12 to 15 reps per set. Remember that as you progress through the microcycles, each time your weight's going to increase, your reps are going to go down. So be sure to check out all the workouts on the page below. Now before you start your workout, you always want to make sure to have your pre-workout protein shake, as well as the other pre-workout supplements such as creatine, beta-alanine, betaine, and branched chain amino acids. Also, don't forget, you need a good slow digesting or low glycemic carb source to fuel you through the workout. Fruit always makes a good option. It also provides antioxidants that'll help recovery after the workout's over. For more on the nutrition and supplementation, be sure to check out the other videos. You also want to make sure to warm up properly on the first exercise. I typically just warm up on the first exercise for each muscle group. Once you've done that warm up and you're into the workout, your muscles are fairly warm. If you do too much warming up, it can zap your strength. So if you want to increase strength in this program, try to stick with just the first exercise. On squats, 1 warm up, you may need 2 depending on how heavy you go, but the heavier you go as the microcycles progress, the more warm-ups you're going to want to do to get up to your working weight. Now I'm going to get in my first warm-up set. For this workout, you'll notice there are 2 critical tools that I use. One is a weightlifting belt. Research shows that when you use a weightlifting belt, it increases the intra-abdominal pressure, which better supports the spine. That helps you increase muscle strength. I've also got my iPod. Research also shows that when trained bodybuilders listen to their preferred music, they get more reps on every set of the workout. All right, I'm moving on to my second warm-up set. Slowly adding weight each time until I get to my working weight. After 2 warm-up sets, I'm ready to do my working set. Now remember, with all the major muscle groups, the first exercise you're doing is the one you're going to use to track your strength as you go through all the microcycles and all the different phases. So be sure to mark down your weight and reps in each set in a workout log, like the bodybuilding.com workout log, as well as use body space. This is the 4th and final set of squats. During microcycles 1 and 2, in the last set of every exercise, you're going to do a rest pause set. To do rest pause set, you take the set to failure, rack the weight, rest about 15 to 20 seconds, then get right back until you reach muscle failure once again. Now in microcycles 3 and 4, this last set is going to end with a drop set where you drop the weight. Now one thing that most of you want to consider here is the use of a spotter, especially on this last set. I didn't, as you saw, I got real close to muscle failure. Been doing this a while. I know how to judge when I can't do another set. I at least have the safety bars in case I do hit failure and I can't come back up. All right, we're on to the second exercise. We're going to do the single leg press. This is the leg press, as the name implies, using one leg at a time. I like to use the single leg press to take care of any imbalances that you have. Just like we're left-handed or right-handed, we also are left-legged and right-legged. One leg can be stronger than the other. When you do single leg exercises like that, it takes care of that imbalance. We won't always stick with the one-legged leg press. For example, in phase 3, we'll move to using both legs. Now, 12 to 15 reps, that means 12 to 15 reps per leg, not total on this exercise. One thing that few people realize about the leg press is that it's mainly a quad exercise. We just finished squats. Squats are a multi-joint exercise that use both the quadriceps and the hamstrings because you get movement of both the knees and the hips. When you do a leg press, your hips are in a 90-degree angle, and that really doesn't change much. You never straighten that out like you do in the squat. That minimizes the use of the hamstrings, places most of the focus on the quads. We're going to move on to exercise 3, leg extensions, focus still being on the quads. All right, moving on to the 4th exercise, Romanian deadlift. Now we're placing more focus on the hamstrings and glutes. Romanian is a perfect exercise to build both strength and muscle size in the hams and glutes. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I typically only warm up on the first exercise for legs. But now we're moving from more quad work to more hamstring work with the Romanian. So I recommend doing at least one warm-up set, especially if you can do Romanian deads with more than 225 pounds. Now, another tip I use on this is straps when you get to the working weight. Remember, you're focusing on developing strength and size in the legs, not in your grip strength. Save the grip strength for something else. Use the straps so that your grip is not limiting the strength and development you can put on your legs. There's one thing that's critical about doing Romanian deadlifts, and that's keeping the bar in contact with your legs through the entire rep, all the way up and all the way down. That way, you're not putting too much stress on your lower back, and all the focus is going right into the hamstrings and the glutes. We're doing the 5th and final exercise for legs, still focusing on the hamstrings with the lying leg curl. Again, we're going for 12 to 15 reps, 3 sets. Last one, we'll do a rest pause. Moving into abs, we'll start with focus on lower abs. I typically recommend that because the lower abs are the weaker area, your abdominals, you do lower ab exercises first while you're at your strongest, Just like when we trained abs and calves and the other workouts, you're gonna wanna do higher reps for the abs because again, they're a muscle group that tends to do better when you hit them with higher repetitions. We'll still be dropping the reps each week as you go through the microcycles. For abs, since a lot of these exercises are body weight only, like the hip thrust, it's really tough to add resistance to. We will switch up the ab exercises during some of these microcycles. We're doing the second ab exercise, just a standard crunch. A couple of pointers here. When I do crunches, I like to do the reps explosively. That means on the positive part of the rep, down nice and slow in the negative part of the rep. One study showed that when subjects did the crunch with explosive, fast reps, they used more abdominal muscle fibers as well as more oblique muscle fibers, essentially turning the crunch from just an abdominal exercise into an abs and oblique exercise. Last exercise for abs is a core exercise. It's just good old plank. I'm gonna do it in microcycle 1 for 60 seconds, 3 sets, and yes, we'll do a rest pause in the 3rd set. All right, it's a final set for abs and core, as well as a final set of the workout. So again, 60 seconds in the plank, we'll do a rest pause, and then pick up the plank again. Don't worry if you can't do another 60 seconds. Just go for as long as you can. All right, we just showed some tough love to legs and abs. If you can walk out of the gym without limping, you didn't do it right. So make sure you follow up. Post-workout shake, some fast digesting carbs. Be sure to check out the rest of the videos in my Shortcut to Size 12-week trainer right here at bodybuilding.com.